Hey, it's the pregame for NBA countdown for Game One of the NBA Finals 2025. It's fucking June 5th. Oklahoma City Thunder hosting Indiana Pacers. Game One. Here's the NBA countdown preview, or fucking the fucking whatever you call it, NBA countdown, the fucking preview. I'm not even showing this shit here. There's a little glimpse, but that's all we're doing. Stupid ass.
Postseason. These fans have been waiting a long time to see their team back in the NBA Finals. Hey, welcome to NBA Countdown alongside the one and only Stephen A. Smith, the architect of the four-time champion Golden State Warriors, Bob Meyers, NBA champion Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. Y'all, we are getting there. We are close to tip-off of the 2025 NBA Finals. And Stephen A., I need you to set the stage like only you can here, because this is what we...
You mean with this dick hanging out?
And a lot of people, I'm a Knicks fan.
Man, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't really like it, but you tell you what.
These fans have been waiting a long time.
I think Zed I do. I don't want to see the Pacers don't win no game. They're ball players. They can play. They can play.
Of the 2025 NBA Finals. And Stephen A., I need you to set the stage like only you can here, because this is what we do this all year long.
Listen, a lot of people, I'm a Knicks fan, and I have to tell you that the better team won, and the better team is in the NBA Finals, particularly for this matchup. The Indiana Pacers have been written off. They've been summarily dismissed because they're going up against an Oklahoma City team that's been the number one seed after the regular season 2 consecutive years, closed the deal in terms of getting here to the NBA Finals. Got a league MVP in Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who is absolutely spectacular. You got a running mate in Jalen Williams, that's one of only 2 players in the entire NBA, him and Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers, that have been made an all-NBA team and an all-NBA defensive team this year. There's only 2 players that have done it. Those are the 2. You're the Indiana Pacers. You're going up against that and the defense with a front line and Hartstein and Chet Holmgren that doesn't give you anything in the interior, and a linebacker playing football and Luke Dort that's guarded, that can guard anybody. And so you got that going on, and Alex Caruso coming off the bench, and Casey Wallace. Let's not forget that. But in Indiana, you have Halliburton. They say he's an emerging star in this game, which he has shown. And if that brother shows up and plays in spectacular fashion, it changes the complexion of the series, because you'll know Indianapolis can score on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And if they can do that, they've got a chance.
The Thunder have been impressive. The Thunder have been dominant. The Thunder have been potent all season long here. You guys were on 2 different sides of the 2018 Finals. Perk, when you walked into the building and saw that Golden State team, that's what I think of when I think of dominance. That's what I'm asking. Do you have a doubt in your mind? Did you have belief that you could beat that kind of team?
I can say it now. Hell yeah, I had doubt. And listen, I wasn't even participating on the floor there, but I was averaging 2,500 claps a game. But I did have doubt. I mean, when you're looking at it, you got to be real at the moment. You're looking at Steph Curry still being productive, Draymond Green with KD. Hell yeah, you know when you have when the other team have the better team and they're playing at a higher level.
Is that what Indiana's facing?
You're damn right.
I don't think it's the same. I mean, obviously I'm biased. Those Warrior teams had already won it, okay? This Oklahoma City, they haven't won a championship, right? We've all said they haven't won yet. I think they probably will win. Those Warrior teams had won at that point, 2 already. Had arguably top 10 all-time players on their team. I don't know where Shea ends up as far as that conversation goes. Here's what I'm wondering, Malika. Perk, what you didn't say was there's a tension to the finals. There's a stress level to the finals. Neither of the teams have been here for it. Pascal Siakam, he has felt what this is. Caruso has felt this. But as far as the main cause, of course. But Siakam, big contributor on a championship team. I'm wondering, these 2 teams, more than a lot of teams you see in the finals, there's no agenda. There's a purity to both these. These guys have fun. They're loose. I don't see any guys complaining about contracts, no murmuring behind the scenes. This is just basketball.
Yeah.
This is just basketball.
I would say this, though, Bob. You didn't hear that too much during a finals either. Like, at this stage, I'm not questioning that. I'm just simply saying, when you're at the championship, when you're in the championship round, nothing else matters at that particular point.
But getting to that place, sometimes you're careless.
Sure. So, but here's what I'm looking at with OKC that I think we have to pay attention to right here. They just have the ability to shut anybody down. And that's where their confidence emanates from. They have the potential to snatch your greatest weapon from you. And that could serve to demoralize a team whose success is predicated on offense, who's not elite defensively. You guys were elite defensively as well as offensively. That wasn't the case. That's not the case with these Indiana Pacers teams. That would be my concern.
Here's what I think is different about these Indiana Pacers. They're not taking any of this for granted here because this has been a bit of a roller coaster of a season for Indiana. Let's just remind everybody how they got here, right? And I don't mean that in the miraculous way that we have seen in these playoffs. I mean all season long because it was bumpy for the first few months here for Indiana, only 16 and 18 in its first 34 games of the season.
Yep, but I mean, listen. And then they turned it on. When Bob talked about this, Malika, the sticking together, right? Tyrese Halliburton, he got off to a slow start. I ripped them off. I thought they were going to be the team that was going to fall off. But I'm saying before the playoffs, Bob, and they bounced back.
He did because he had a lot of struggles. He wasn't selected as an all-star. And then he said this, I caught too much in the outside noise, allowing myself to think such negative thoughts about myself internally. It was the first time in my life I had real self-doubt behind everything I was doing. And I feel like my personal struggles were leading to team struggles. And I really applaud that vulnerability. And then, Stephen A., once the calendar turned to 2025, things turned around for Halliburton and the Pacers here.
Well, listen, the man can score. He can shoot the basketball. He loves clutch moments. And he's got weapons around him and great coaching. So none of that hurts. And by the way, when you're a point guard and you live up to that point guard credo, fellas, where you're passing first instead of shooting, that goes a long way.
And that led to him becoming an absolute showman in these playoffs, to your point. He had his Game 5 winner against the Bucks in round 1, and then it was a step-back 3 against the Cavaliers to win Game 2 of round 2. And then, of course, that bounce that I'm pretty sure plays behind Stephen A's eyes when he lays down at night. And when the dust finally settled, Indiana was back in the NBA Finals for the first time since Reggie's Pacers did it 25 years ago. So this is really a season to remember for Tyrese Halliburton and company. These miracle wins, let's call them, they become an identity for the Pacers because they've won 3 games and trailing by at least 7 points in the final minutes of the postseason. All other teams over the last 25 postseasons have won a game like that just once combined.
Yeah, and here's what I'll say, and I'll ask all of you. The Pacers are outmatched, right? But they have one advantage, and I think it's a real advantage. What do you think that is? What's their advantage in this series? I think it's clear. What's their advantage?
It's not clear. Make it clear.
Coaching. This is not an attack on Mark Daigneault. Carlisle has been here before. In the coaching matchup, the Pacers have the advantage. And I say that more to compliment Rick than to diminish Mark. That's not an indictment of Mark, but I will promise you, if there's adjustments to be made in this series, Carlisle can do it, and that gives Indiana a chance in this series.
I don't believe it's going to happen courtesy of Indiana's offense because I think that OKC's defense is, and they're going to have something to say about it. What Carlisle can do is muck up OKC's offense.
And he did it against Denver.
Remember through a zone at OKC for a little while. They rattled them for a couple of games. You got to pay attention to that because that has the potential to happen. If you call out, you got to think about keeping this clear. You got to call close game. That's what you got to do.
It just feels like Indiana has to play a perfect game. And not only do they have to play one, they have to play a perfect game 4 times to beat this OKC team.
Hey, Emily, they shot the best in the playoffs of 18 percentage-wise. So that might get you 1 to 2 hits just making shots. Although they are, like Perk said, going up against the best defense in the history of the what? They turn you over more than anybody has. They score more off turnovers than anybody has. So that's going to be the challenge.
Did you hear Rick yesterday when he said, well, we're going to have to figure out a way to make shots in this series?
But that's what Oklahoma City does. They make it hard. They've been doing it all year.
Let's address the elephant in the room. 18 points per game is not going to get you any type of wins against this Oklahoma City Thunder team. We're talking about the biggest stage. Is Tyrese Halliburton ready to dance? And when I say dance, averaging 25 to 30 points, because that's what it's going to take. Oklahoma City Thunder, they're not the New York Knicks. You're not going to be able to push the tempo and get easy layups off of made field goals. They're going to get back. Tyrese Halliburton got to make tough contested twos, threes, get to the paint, and he also got to find a way to get to the free throw line.
You talk about them getting back on defense. My question would be, you're confident that they're going to get back on defense, but so much so that their condition is up to snuff with them young legs where you don't have to go to your reserves. Even though OKC can use this bench, you may not want to too much against a team as offensively potent as Indiana. I'm wondering about I'm looking for ways to figure out how Indiana can win this.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a couple. Right? I think they're making shots. They do play with a pace. They keep you off balance. They may be able to keep this third defense off balance. The other thing is, we talk about Halliburton's numbers. We just saw they're not great. When he's bad, he's bad. But when he's good, he's great. And he might be great. That's how they win. Halliburton has shown he has monster games. He cannot be a consistent. No, we know SCA can. I know that's the difference between those guys. So when he's good, he can win you a game.
That makes me think back to last series. Chris Finch, we played it here on Countdown, the sound of him in the locker room before the game saying, we need to take away data, we need to take away Chet. Obviously, they did not do that. Is there a way? You have to do either or. You either have to mitigate Shea or you have to mitigate the other two. Can you show us, or I know you have to take how you slow down SGA?
Well, I mean, when you look at Indiana and you think about where they had success and running the tape here, you're looking at last series against the New York Knicks. They come out, they push the pace like Bob said, and you see Aaron Neesmith getting a wide open layup. But look, here's the thing. The pressure up top, right? You're going to pressure 3 guys, they bring it up top. They're getting into you. They're making it hard for you to get up. And by the time you get into your offense, look at the shot clock. It's 16. And now you're putting pressure on Karl-Anthony Towns. You're speeding him up, and now it's a turnover. Take a look at this clip right here again. Watch it. TJ McConnell knocks down the 3-point shot. Watch the paces on this play. It's almost like AAU-style basketball, right? We're going to get up. We're going to bring 3 guys up, and we're going to try to slow you down. We're going to get physical. We're going to put the ball in somebody else's hands to bring it up. The problem that I have with this, though, Malika, Bob, Stephen A., now, obviously, they forced the turnover right here. I mean, a great hedge right here in the defense. I thought Nembhard did a great job of making Bronson miss. But here's the problem. That was successful against the New York Knicks, right? What's that?
Well, they press incredibly high.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, it's yes, you said it. Can they do what they did to Brunson? Was not great in that series. I love you.
He said average about 30.
Well, he was uncomfortable. He was. Can they make that guy right there uncomfortable?
SGA will be mic'd up for sound tonight, so you can hear it in real time as he's playing in his first NBA Finals. NBA Countdown back on the other side.
NBA Countdown is delivered by Dash Fast by DoorDash. Your door to more savings. And in part by Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Energizer Max. Outlast Duracell Power Boost by 10%. No fluff, just facts. Now powered by Enhanced Energy.
You founded your kayak company because you love the ocean, not spreadsheets. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easy.
I won some money on the French Open yesterday, and it looks like there's a good chance I might win today.
June 14th at 3 on.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Look, I'd fuck Malika, but I don't know if I could fucking live in the same house with her.
That's got game. Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
We can't get enough of the WNBA.
Dallas Wings select Paige Beckers.
With more stars and more heat than ever.
That's got game. Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
We can't get enough of the WNBA.
Dallas Wings select Paige Beckers.
With more stars and more heat than ever.
Wings select Paige Beckers.
With more stars and more heat than ever. New York and Indiana, Saturday, June 14th at 3 on ABC.
Drivers, start your engine.
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Rebound ended. Rim run. For Siakam. Plays it in off the catch. Walker spins, goes inside.
I come out the scuffle without a scuffle.
You look at Indiana, and they're a very fast team.
It's a sucker.
To win a championship, you want to beat the best.
Welcome back to NBA Countdown, presented by DoorDash.
This is a matchup that embodies a tale as old as time, David versus Goliath. But here's the thing about Tyrese Halliburton. He has embraced that underdog.
My homie don't say no shit, no shit, no shit. No bust that whip. Don't come back, get that hip and bust that whip. Don't bust my dimes and nickels.
For more on how how these two teams have made it to this place. Let's welcome in our senior NBA insider, Shams Charania, because Shams, both the Pacers and Oklahoma here, they are here through a combination of draft picks and trades. What is it about these two teams that signifies something larger for the future of the NBA?
Malika, executives all around the NBA are watching these NBA finals and these two teams specifically as a blueprint of roster building. And what does that mean? That means two-way players.
You know what that means? That means looking in the mirror and being honest with yourself and accepting the fact that you ain't going to win shit. Not even this year or next year, but you're not going to win shit for the next 5 or 6 years when other teams got Tatum and Brown and LeBron and Davis or LeBron and whoever and Curry and the Warriors. And you realize there's fucking 5 teams that are just way better than you. And they got guys like Giannis to build around. You got to just fucking blow it up. That's what the fuck it means.
Players, that means players with characteristics of competitiveness, youth, two-way ability. And that's a departure from the star-heavy, three-point reliant teams that we may have seen in past years, and it's a possible solution to really modern-day building when we think about the second apron and the salary cap and the restraints that we've seen. And listen, Indiana will be a competitive team for years to come, but these Oklahoma City Thunder have all the characteristics. As one NBA GM told me this week, Oklahoma City might be the best positioned team in pro sports as of right now and moving forward into the future. They've got a treasure chest of draft picks to keep this team competitive for years to come. This might be something we're going to be witnessing as a new normal for the NBA in Oklahoma City.
Wow, the best positioned team in all of sports. That's really interesting. Shams, thank you so very much for that insight as we bring it back to set here. Bob, I often introduce you as the architect of the 4-time champion Golden State Warriors. It's basically because I think it sounds more impressive than just saying former general manager.
Sure.
But when you're looking around at what these two teams have built, it's different than anything you had ever been tasked with, and now teams are trying to emulate that.
Well, look, in a way it's different, but in a way it's most of them did it through drafting, right? I mean, some trades. Indiana's got some trades, but it's all about, Malika, you have to have some youth, some veterans. The thing about this Thunder team reminds me of the 2015 where it's how young they are. But the genius of Sam Presti was not just drafting some of these guys that shaped. Gilchrist is obviously the trade, but Jalen Williams got drafted. I really believe the genius of what was Hartenstein and Caruso and the guys around the edges, that's in my parlance, that was Iguodala. Bringing in a guy like that, you just raised up the level. Obviously, getting a Durant doesn't count. I don't even put that. You want to build a team? I'll take that guy. That was not.
Ballman passed on him. Ballman passed on him, and that's how.
Well, that's Seattle.
By the way, I would be careful with it if I was you. You know, these people still feel something.
You don't give. All these people still feel something for Durant because I took him from
I don't
him.
even put that. You want to build a team? I'll take that guy. That was not. See, getting a Durant doesn't count. I don't even put that. You want to build a team? I'll take that guy. That was not.
Ballman passed on him. Ballman passed on him, and that's how.
Well, that's
Seattle.
By the way, I would be careful with it if I was you. You know, these people still feel some type of way.
Yeah, but you said you're going to protect me.
I did.
Thank you.
What I told the people.
You said I'm safe in the town.
I said you're safe because, hey, y'all, Bob actually the reason that I got here in the 2000s to be able to play with you guys.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Perk. I appreciate
don't bring
that.
up memories about
When you talk about the youth of this Oklahoma City Thunder team, they're the second youngest team that we've seen. If they win it all, make it to a championship, Stephen A. Is there a specific matchup or one of those young guys that you're watching?
Well, listen, I'm looking at Jalen Williams. That's who my eyes are on because I know what he needs to this team offensively. Collectively, defensively, they're going to do what they do. When you got Lou Dort, an offensive player guarding you, and somebody coming off the bench that might be doing even better, and Alex Caruso, and a guy like Casey Wallace, who's got the second highest plus minus of anybody in the playoffs. I mean, good Lord of mercy. This is what you have as a defensive unit. But offensively, Jalen Williams is the difference. He's the key because with Shea Gilchrist and Jimmy together, it's unstoppable. And by the way, the MVP, you want to tell you the real MVP of this franchise, arguably in history, Kawhi Leonard. Sit up there, you got to remember, he blackmailed the Clippers. I'm going to the Lakers, and they gave the bomb. They get ball bits. He got all the picks. He got all the picks and Shea Gilchrist. All those picks and Shea Gilchrist.
I don't think anyone knew that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, maybe Sam Presti did, that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander would blossom into this at this moment. And he is the coolest that I have seen at this age.
It's not our job
pass
to
on
know.
him?
It's their job to know.
It's my job to get in this. Our next WNBA game, Asia Wilson leads the Aces against the Valkyries at Chase Center. That's Saturday afternoon, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes. Does it matter, Perk? I mean, we have a 2019 champion here. That experience in this moment.
A little bit, but it's not a big difference maker.
When the opponent can drop their guards and you can catch them slipping because you want a leader like Pascal Siakam to let the guys know in the locker room to keep the main thing, and that's playing basketball in between the lines.
So I'm trying to steal game one.
You're in the NBA Finals, Sensei.
We'll be right back.
First time could be overwhelming.
I'm here.
NBA Countdown is delivered by Dash Pass by DoorDash. Your door to more savings.
It's kind of like, does like when you're dating a new girl and she's got experience sucking dick, does it make a difference? Like, well, yeah, I guess it's better than having a girlfriend that has never sucked dick and she's practicing on you. She ain't done it before. It's better to have someone with experience, but it's not a deal breaker. It's not really that big of a thing. I'm not going to dump a girl because she sucks at sucking dick. I'm just going to have more patience. But as long as you get the ring, ring around the fucking dick, bro. Long-term deal comes on heels of Sweet 16 run.
To let the guys know in the locker room to keep the main thing, and that's playing basketball.
I guess BYU re-signed their fucking college player. So to keep him from transferring? Okay. Damn, who's that girl? That girl's fine.
Papa John's.
It's a Texas showdown for the championship finals as the Longhorns and the Red Raiders battle for their first ever national title. Again at OKC.
Happy things will live tonight.
The Women's College World Series presented by Capital One. Championship finals game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. I don't need this shit. Come on now. We gotta hurry up. I don't want to miss the fucking ABC coverage.
The Wi-Fi's moving! Who's gonna win the game tonight? It's kind of cool to see it, but by all means, I want to be here one day.
I'm Chet Holmgren. We're here at the 2022 NBA Finals. It's a great experience, a great atmosphere here. That's the goal, to win the NBA Finals.
It's an honor, to be honest, to be here. It's a cool experience.
Every NBA player wants to play in the final, so it's cool that I get to kind of get a behind-the-scenes look before we obviously try and make that push.
Who was that first person?
Who's gonna win the game tonight? It's kind of cool to see it, but by all means, I want to be here one day.
I'm Chet Holmgren.
Well, I guess that was Miles Turner. Okay.
And now J-Dub, who averaged 22 points in the conference.
I'm on a world tour. It's just me and my friends about to smoke a fucking blunt in the back of the band.
How cool is that to see all of those correspondents for the NBA over the years? And now J-Dub, who averaged 22 points in the conference finals, a huge reason why the Oklahoma City Thunder made it to this stage. So many questions whether or not he could take the next step, and he did. So it's time now for Pick and Roll, brought to you by ESPN.
They're all picking the Thunder.
Sportsbook.
Someone's going to pick the
Mayor
Pacers.
of Oklahoma City. Big Perk, who you got winning this series, the whole series, and then how many
I say
games?
Thunder in 6.
I got OKC in 6.
OKC in 6.
Look, offense is going to get you here. The defense is going to take you over.
Why do I have to predict everything right now, Malika? Why do I have to answer every question? That's what you're getting paid to do. Your job. I know, but it's your job. Your job. I'm saying what Kurt's saying. Same deal. Do my job.
Same deal here. OKC in 6. I just think their defense is too formidable. Indiana, I think, can get you a couple of games. They're talented enough, but it's a lot to ask.
I say, you're just saying that because they beat the Knicks.
OKC in 6. You guys know what happened.
Thunder in 5.
Well, let's hope we're wrong. Not going to be right. Let's hope we're wrong.
It'll be Thunder in 5.
I would love to see it go 7.
I told you I have a way for the Pacers to win.
Oh, we're gonna have to hold that.
Hold
for
that. I
ABC.
have a plan.
Oh, and he's been writing it down.
Yeah, that's right.
Good little hunting over here. We're gonna have a plan that we're gonna share with you on ABC.
Yeah, I thought it. At least you're here. With touch, you're here.
We have a whole to get set for this game over on ABC. But you can get in on the playoff action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app. Sign up with the promo code PLAYOFF to get started today. So it's just about time for us to head over to ABC. We're going to continue to count down to the start of the 2025 NBA Finals at the top of the hour. For those of you sticking around on ESPN, it's time for the Women's College World Series to continue.
This shit starting real quick with a big deal.
College World Series to continue. 2025 NBA.
Whether big, small.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go.
Getting it down.
That's right.
Good little hunting over here. We're going to have a plan that we're going to share with you on ABC.
Yeah, you're here. At least.
Task to beat this defense for games.
I have OKC in 6. You guys know what happens.
Well, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat your pussy. I mean, that's everyone knows that. Well, I ain't gonna eat your pussy, but I'm gonna eat Bob's dick and gobble your balls. You know, I'm gonna that's why I'm getting my lips ready. Okay, not your balls. Well, not my balls. You can't find my balls. But look, you drew a picture of my lip on your cock. That's Kendrick's cock. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and then his cock is. Don't look at me. I know what this cock looks like. I only eat white cock.
Set for this game over on ABC. But you can get in on the playoff action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
Where there's pictures of my vagina.
$100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app. Sign up with the promo code PLAYOFF to get started today. So it's just about time for us to head over to ABC. We're going to continue to count down.
No matter how big, how tough, how strong, how fast you are, he finds a way to give it to you. He's got a backcourt mate in Jalen Williams. That's one of only 2 players in the NBA, him and Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers, that has given you all NBA team status and all NBA defensive team status in the same season. And the bottom line is this: they've got an elite defense, they've got a big-time front line defensively in Holmgren and Hartstein. You got Alex Caruso coming off the bench. You got Case and Wallace. You got Luka, a linebacker, playing football, playing basketball. And then against them, you got Tyrese Halliburton, who has emerged, sent my Knicks home unceremoniously. Yes, he did. Yes, honey, yes, he did. He was absolutely fabulous when it counted most. He's emerging. He loves the big moments. It doesn't get any bigger than this. And Pascal Siakam is a champion with experience that knows what it takes. And he's got some supplementary parts around him with a Hall of Fame caliber coach who's a champion in Rick Carlisle, who can figure out anything against anybody if you give him the personnel to put it on. This could be a better series than people anticipate. But one way or another, we're going to have a new champion. And they're going to be a bunch of young lions that the world is going to have to look forward to for years to come.
This is a Hoopers series. This is for the basketball fans. You're not going to be disappointed. But Kirk, Stephen A. just laid out just how big this stage is. You're a player. You've been here. What are guys feeling? What are they thinking right now, right before they take it to the court?
Well, I mean, human nature kicks in, right? You're in the NBA Finals. This is your first time the stage is set. You got thousands of media members here, right? You get interviewed everywhere. Like, sit down interviews with Malika Andrews here. Then you go in here, you got another interview. And so you have so many distractions that you still forget that you're here to play basketball, right? So you need that leader. You need that guy in that locker room that's going to say, hey, man, we need to keep the main thing the main thing. And that's what this pivot is.
I'll tell you where we are, Malika. This is the only thing that matters. We don't remember the team that came in second. We remember the team that won the championship. You want to be immortal as a player. You want to be a legend as a player. You want to be put in the top 10, top 20. You have the championships. They give you these huge rings, Malika. I'm going to bring my rings. We'll each wear them one time. But you bring your ring. You remember who won. You don't even remember who the second place team was. That's what it's about. And both of these teams are 4 wins away from getting something that no one can take away from you. A championship lasts
forever.
And it's so fulfilling that the finals are back in OKC. This fan base has not only been loyal, but they've been patient throughout the process. Losing KD, losing Russ, losing
Very damn patient.
very patient, and it's deserving. And I just feel the energy in here.
Well, and that youth and eventually, that patience, a league MVP, a Western Conference Finals MVP. Will Shea be the Finals MVP as well? What I love is that he spends 15, 20 minutes before every game just signing autographs. We saw him do it all through the Western Conference Finals, and that tradition continues now in his very first NBA Finals.
He's young. Let's see how he does that.
You know what? You just had to be.
NBA Countdown on ABC is delivered by Dash Pass by DoorDash. Your door to more savings. And in part by WhatsApp. No one can see or hear your personal messages. Not even WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Sure, yeah, come on.
Don't worry. Dash Pass saves you money on DoorDash, so you can skip the trip to the grocery store and stay right where you need to be. Dash Pass by DoorDash. Your door to more savings.
No one, not even WhatsApp, can hear your personal messages. So your baby's first introductions stay private.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Time scheme. There it is. Okay. Wish it were easy to find the games you love? Come on. Space Zaddy. Get Team 62 is happening. YouTube TV has your favorite sports and live TV in one app, so you can easily watch the games you want. Jason, you still here? Sorry, Rick. Let's go, Skates. You a little boo thing, so I'll give a hoot what you do. Say, girl, I know you a little too tame. I'll be shooting that shit like 2K, girl, I know. Tell them I'm next. Time you feel something I know. If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place with personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma, karma you can count on.
As a director, confidence was always my strong suit, but psoriasis stripped it away. Until I got clearer skin. With Bimzelx, I can't wait to say I'm back.
Only Bimzelx targets and blocks IL-17A plus F to calm inflammation. Bimzelx can deliver transformative relief.
Most people got 100% clear skin, some after the first dose. I'm back to running the show again.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections and low ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease have occurred. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Give yourself a chance to say, I'm back.
Ask your dermatologist about Bimzelx.
You could buy on your own. You could get a lender, get viewings. Too small for a yoga studio, too big for a yoga studio, too much character. Or you could get an agent who is a realtor with the expertise and ethical training to help you find the best space for your business.
No one, not even WhatsApp, can see your personal messages. So your secret spot at the park stays secret.
All across America.
Good morning. Hello.
Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Oh, yeah.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together and brighten your morning.
New tonight.
According to a new survey, 42% of 18 to 24-year-olds believe that monogamy is no longer realistic, and that number goes way up if you're dating Bill Belichick.
With Seth MacFarlane, Draymond Green, and music from Ty Dolla $ign. New Kimmel tonight on ABC.
Welcome back to the NBA Countdown, presented by DoorDash.
It's time now for the player to watch, delivered by DoorDash, passed by DoorDash. Tyrese Halliburton and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they have been elite in late game situations. Take a look at this. They both rank top 3 in total clutch time points in postseason. Those moments, that is what makes stars. And speaking of, I had an exclusive conversation with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I asked him, what is the DNA? What makes up a superstar? This series, OKC versus Indiana, has sort of reinvigorated this conversation about what makes a young superstar. How do you think of the anatomy of a superstar, and where do you put yourself and Tyrese Halliburton in that?
To be honest with you, like, I really don't know. Like, I can tell you, an all-star, you make the all-star team. I can tell you, a world defender, you make an all-defense team. Like, I can tell you, a world player, you make an all-NBA team. I can tell you, like, an MVP, you get an MVP award. A champion, you win a championship. I don't know how to define that one. And, like, for me personally, like, I think that's one of those things. It's like, it's almost like the face of the league combo. Like, it's for the world to decide and their opinions, and they come together. And I guess as a collective, more people think you're a superstar, or more people think you're a face of the league than not. And I guess you become that and you walk into it. Me personally, it's just been trying to be the best player I can possibly be, and hopefully one day win a championship.
So that's his definition as he's trying to evolve it of what a superstar is, Stephen A.
Hello, Malika. Hello, Bob. Hold it. I'm tired of giving you
Oh, is this it? Because they're done with TNT, so now they're starting to like promote next year.
He's trying to evolve it of what a superstar is, Stephen A.
Bullshit. Come on, dog.
And hopefully one day win a championship.
Fucking Malika, your titties be looking fine.
Personally, like, I think that's one of those things. It's like, it's almost like the face of the league combo. Like, it's for the world to decide and their opinions, and they come together. And I guess as a collective, more people think you're a superstar, or more people think you're a face of the league than not. And I guess you become that and you walk into it. Me personally, it's just been trying to be the best player I can possibly be, and hopefully one day win a championship.
So that's his definition as he's trying to evolve it of what a superstar is, Stephen A.
Hello, Malika. Hello, Bob. Hold it. I'm tired of giving you
I only got one thing to say. Can you dig it?
Are you not entertained?
Can you dig it?
Shaq, we appreciate you stopping by our set, and we're looking forward to being your teammate here coming up next year. Stephen A., before all of that, your reaction to how Shai was classifying what a superstar
I respect where he's coming from. I do. But for me, superstars are not only established with their greatness, but their allure, their attraction, the magnetic attraction that they draw, because you know what they bring to the table. And they do so in key, pivotal, great moments. Great moments are called for greatness to step up and shine. And that's what it really, really should be about. I understand his trepidation answering the question, because then are you talking about him compared to somebody else? And he might not want to put himself in that situation. situation. That's for us to do, not for players to do in their eyes, but behind closed doors, they're quick to tell you, yo, we're on certain levels that other players are on. They know that they're different. They just don't want to admit it.
It's getting louder in here because the MVP and the Oklahoma City Thunder just took the floor. We're all having to lean in a little closer to hear each other. This is why this environment is so special, led by SGA.
Well, first of all, are you okay? Yeah, I feel like you guys assaulted. It was a tall battle. This ain't tall battle. Just so you know. I was not going to get in the middle of that. I love you. I was not.
Just bomb. We know. Just bomb. We know.
Okay.
We know. You wouldn't get in the middle of that.
Sorry, I apologize. By the way, I didn't see you moving either.
I was too far away.
Yeah,
Too far away.
Okay, what's the superstar? Shaquille O'Neal. That's a superstar. He's just showed up right in front of us. A superstar. I love his answer, by the way. I love the fact that an NBA guy said, you know what, I don't know. Because everybody thinks they got all the answers. I love that guy was like, look, I don't know what superstars are. Well, superstars win in life. And not only that, a superstar succeeds. And yes, you can't be a superstar, really a superstar, without championships.
We look forward to being your teammate. Like, hey everyone, he's coming to ESPN. Got to get the plug for next year. She might as well. She might as well just said, make sure to tune into ESPN next year for Shaquille O'Neal and all the old TNT boys that they couldn't afford. Fucking bitch.
And yes, you can't be a superstar, really a superstar, without championships. And that's what he's trying to get.
If I could change the subject quickly, just because the Indiana Pacers are taking the floor and the fervent boos that we just heard from this Oklahoma City crowd that's frankly only 3/4 filled in right now, and I expect it to be much louder in about 15 minutes. Perk, when you're an opponent taking the floor in that moment, Tyrese Halliburton, who's trying to step into that superstar role, does that rattle you? Because I felt that.
I mean, it's the NBA Finals. It's the NBA Finals. I mean, this is when you come together. And yes, this is why they call it home court advantage, right? This is a real thing. This is a prime example of home court advantage. But let me say this to you, Malika. When it comes down to SGA, he's knocking at the door of being a superstar. I feel like he's already the best perimeter player in basketball, right? Right as we speak. And when I think of names, I'm thinking of Jordan and I'm thinking of Kobe. SGA 6'6", the mid-range assassin, right? And then when I look at Tyrese Halliburton, he has to level up. He has to level up. This is what part of the leader is about. 18 points a game, that's not going to get it in this series. Let me ask you a question. Can Carlisle win the Pacers one game just by out-coaching? Can he do that? Can he get him a game? Because I'm telling you what, he can pull it off,
but they have to make shots.
Okay, so here's their path. Carlisle gets them a game. Halliburton has 2 great games. They win those 2, and in one game they shoot tremendously well. That's the way the Pacers win the championship. It's going to be really hard, but I think that's the path.
Going back specifically to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, to the league, as great as he is already as the reigning league MVP, enjoy this now. If this brother develops a consistent 3-point shot, it's over. He don't need it. No. I'm saying it would be unfair.
But you talk about how humble he is in his interviews. Let me give you a quick story. I'm walking in the back, coming on the court to do a sports center here. SGA is getting out of his car, coming through the door to walk into the arena. The camera's on him. He see me, I move to the side. He's like, what up, big Perk? I'm like, hey, bro, it's your girl. He's like, I know. I know, but guess what? I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted here.
You were an MVP too. That's the quickest you ever told a story.
He was not.
He's a quiet confidence. That's why we call him Shea Butter, because he's smooth. If he or any other player, though, scores 50 points tonight, Dash Pass members, they get a free tender combo for Wingstop tomorrow on DoorDash.
It's 50 because they're Wingstop and Big Green. You looked at Big Perk when you said it. I'm just asking.
Our resident big man for a big deal. This is our next WNBA game. Asia Wilson leads the Aces against the Valkyries at Chase Center Saturday afternoon, 3 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes. Tyrese Halliburton, though, you said he needs to get him 2.
Give it 2. He can do it. He can.
We have seen the miraculous heroics from him on a clip that we have never seen before. Does he have a little bit more of that magic to start out these 2025 finals?
NBA Countdown on ABC. is delivered by Dash Pass by DoorDash. Your door to more savings.
Sure, yeah, come on.
Don't worry. Dash Pass saves you money on DoorDash, so you can skip the trip to the grocery store and stay right where you need to be. Dash Pass by DoorDash. Your door to more savings.
Game one of the finals between the Pacers and Thunder going down tonight. Here's former NBA champs Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson to break it down.
It shouldn't surprise anyone that home court is a huge advantage in an NBA final.
If you take out the bubble season of 2020, 56 out of 77 teams with home court advantage have taken home the NBA title.
Ladies and gentlemen, DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NBA. During the playoffs, new customers can bet $5 to get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app, use the promo code when you sign up.
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
Hey, how was school today?
Great, everyone loved me and Frank at show and tell. Who's that?
That is Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I like it.
Thanks for walking us through the plan.
You guys heading up north soon?
Yeah, got Lizzie for a couple weeks this summer.
Taking a fishing, I hope. That's the plan.
Doors. Connect us to what's important.
Excited, sweetie?
The dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. Backed by a team of specialists, your advisor helps you build a personalized, tax-smart investment strategy, identifying opportunities across your entire portfolio. And when life surprises you, your plan can change too. Because doors were meant to be opened.
NASCAR on Prime in Motor City. Want to see how fast this thing will go? I'm not afraid to stand on it.
Michigan, it's on Prime. Applebee's All You Can Eat is back, featuring the chicken tenders you've always loved. Now served unlimited with 8 sauces to choose from for just $15.99. Plus endless riblets and double crunch shrimp, only at Applebee's.
In this family, there has to be drama. Chaos. Competition. Wow. That's what makes us us.
Bachelor in Paradise is back with both gold and gold singles shooting their shot at love. Who's fresh on the rebound? And whose love will be a slam dunk? It's finally here!
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery rain. The rain of fire. The rain of fire.
911 Nashville. What's your emergency?
Drivers, start your engine.
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Rebound ended. Rim run. Siakam plays it in off the catch.
Walker spins, goes inside.
I'm bluffer. I come out the scuffle without a scuffle.
You look at Indiana and they're like us.
We're a very fast team. To win a championship, you want to be the best.
Welcome back to NBA Countdown, presented by DoorDash.
This building is rocking ahead of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's first trip to the NBA Finals here again. He's going to be wearing a mic tonight, so you can hear it in real time as he is going through this experience for the very first time. But Perk, you said that Halliburton needs to have a big series. What is it that makes SGA on the flip side such a dynamic player?
Because he's 6'6", like Malika, but he gets to the mid-range jump shot, and he gets to it with his package and his skill. I want you to check this out right here, Bob. Look at this play right here. You have a tall of 6'9", Jaden McDaniels guarding you, one of the best defenders in the league. Look at the little shoulder bump, the separation to get it off over him, and then all of a sudden it's bucket. Here we are again. Watch the patience. Let the switch happen. Now he decides up. Now it's Reed, and now he's about to go to work. He gets deep in his bag, takes some time, step back at the elbow, knocking it down. It's a reason this guy won the scoring title. It's a reason he's been averaging 30 over the past few seasons and shooting over 50% from the field. While everybody else is trying to shoot threes, SGA has just mastered, and he's doing it his way by knocking down mid-range jumpers.
He's able to do that in part because when you have an elite defense that can shut people down, you don't feel the need to launch threes all the time.
And this has become his bread and butter. But it's time now for Pick and Roll, brought to you by ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Get in on the playoff action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code PLAYOFFS to get started today. So before we make our picks for this game one, and again, just for game one, we have a change to the starting lineup here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Keeson Wallace is going to be starting here for OKC in place of Isaiah Hartenstein. So we asked questions about whether or not a double dig could work in this series. They're already saying Keeson Wallace, first playoff career start.
I don't love that. Neither do I. We haven't played 1 minute. We haven't played 1 minute basketball.
And this is the favorite right there. They won a ton of games. They've been great at playoffs.
Look, I'm not going to question the Thunder. They've been great all year. I do question that first.
Not me. You want to know why?
Because you're a Thunder apologist.
No. Because Ted has shown them that the small ball lineup works. The last 2 games of the Western Conference, Diamond went small with 10 at the 5, and we all have, but all year long, they've been going for a way. All year long, let me ask you this. Is Keeson Wallace a setback? Absolutely. He has to measure.
That's not the point. You're right. That's not the point. The point is, why deviate from what has worked for you all season long before a second of the NBA Finals has happened? That's all I'm saying. Nothing about Keeson Wallace.
It's in Keeson Wallace so far, obviously, in this postseason, but again, never in the starting lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That being said, now that we've digested that change here, Stephen, who are you picking just in this game?
I've got Oklahoma City. They're on their home turf. It's the NBA Finals. I can barely hear myself in this arena already, and the national anthem hasn't been played. This is a hostile confine, and I think it's a lot to expect the Indiana Pacers to overcome. I don't think they do it in game one, even though I can say this is their best chance to win a game on the road. I'll tell you what, everybody, not just us, we already made our picks, right? We already thought the Thunder would win the championship. These guys right here, these Thunder are hearing everybody say, you've already won it. It's over. Biggest favorite ever. You're going to win the championship. Who will you pick? I'm picking the Thunder to win this game, but I'm going to tell you something. Everybody's saying it's over. We haven't played 1 game yet. You sound like Jay Williams. But go ahead. Well, okay, we're going to stop talking to this. That's why I sound like that.
I got OKC winning this game. They're not losing the game in this arena. It's a dangerous place. They learned their lesson against the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets got them out there. In order for OKC to lose the game in here, it's going to take a legendary performance from Tyrese Thomas on
I don't believe they're going to lose the game on their home turf. I just thought they could tonight. Indiana is talented enough, offensively, and well coached enough to pull off the game tonight. I wouldn't underestimate that.
I can tell you this, and I have no idea if the audience can even hear us anymore because
they can hear me. They can hear me.
He is playing game one of the NBA Finals. They go on to win the championship 71% of the time. So this right here is a huge indicator. The Paycom Center is rocking. You guys, this should be a finals for the ages. It's time to send you over to the voice of these finals, the Hall of Famer, Mike Green.
Thank you, Malika. This building has...
Oh, shut the fuck up.
To the lead. As great as he is already, as the
is back, featuring the chicken tenders.
I said you don't know.
For the very first time, but first you said that Halliburton needs to have a...
Jesus Christ. Nashville.
What's your emergency?
911 Nashville, great. For all the white people.
Drivers, start your engine.
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Rebound in, rim run. Siakam lays it in off the catch. On the spins, goes inside.
I'm bluff, bro. I come out the scuffle without a scuffle.
You look at Indiana, and they're like us. They're a very fast team.
It's a soccer
To win a championship, you want to be the best.
Welcome back to NBA Countdown, presented by DoorDash.
This building is rocking ahead of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's first trip to the NBA Finals here. Again, he's going to be wearing a mic tonight, so you can hear it in real time as he is going through this experience for the very first time. But Perk, you said that Halliburton needs to have a big series. What is it that makes SGA on the flip side such a dynamic player?
Because he's 6'6", right, Malika? But he gets to the mid-range jump shot, and he gets to it with his package and his skill. I want you to check this out right here, Bob. Look at this play right here. You have a taller 6'9", Jaden McDaniels guard you, one of the best defenders in the league. Look at the little shoulder bump, the separation to get it off over him, and then all of a sudden it's bucket. Here we are again. Watch the patience. Let the switch happen. Now he decides up, now it's read, and now he's about to go to work. He gets deep in his bag, takes some dribble, step back at the elbow, knocking it down. There's a reason this guy won the scoring title. There's a reason he's been averaging 30 over the past few seasons and shoot over 50% from the field. While everybody else is trying to shoot threes, SGA has just mastered, and he's doing it his way by knocking down mid-range jumps.
He's able to do that in part because when you have an elite defense that can shut people down, you don't feel the need to launch threes all the time.
And this has become his bread and butter. But it's time now for Pick and Roll, brought to you by ESPN Sportsbook. Give me another playoff action at ESPN Sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $100
That scene does nothing to advance the plot, and it's not even necessary. She just threw that in just to show everyone they look at that black transgender, a black chick with a big black guy and making up.
And again,
And
just
even
for
with the
game one,
effort,
we
the
haven't
guy
changed
is
the
straight up.
starting lineup
She
here for
didn't
the
even want
Oklahoma
to show
City
one.
Thunder. So
Look at
Keeson
this.
Wallace
Maybe
is going to be
Perkins,
starting
used
here
to
for
it. He's
OKC
here. Like
in
such a
place
place
of Isaiah Hartenstein. So we'd ask
scary.
questions about whether or not a double game could work in this series. We're already saying Keeson Wallace, first playoff career start.
I don't love that.
Do you want to watch a girl go eat another girl's pussy?
We haven't played 1 minute basketball.
Why?
And
Got
this
something
is the
against
favorite
Tatum?
team. They
No.
won a ton of
Oh,
games.
right.
They've been great at playoffs.
Well, you were watching.
Question the Thunder. They've been great all year. I do question that first.
Not me. You want to know why?
Because you're a Thunder apologist.
No. Because Chet has shown them that the smaller ball lineup works. The last 2 games of the Western Conference, Diamond went small with Chet at the 5, and we all have, but all year long, they've been doing it for a way. All year long, the next to this. Is Case of Wallace a setback? He has to make
That's the point. You're right. That's not the point. The point is, why deviate from what has worked for you all season long before a second of the NBA Finals has happened? That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's about Keeson Wallace.
We see Keeson Wallace so far, obviously, in this postseason, but again, never in the starting lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That being said, now that we suggested that change here, Stephen A, you pick it just for the
I've got Oklahoma City. They're on their home turf. It's the NBA Finals. I can barely hear myself in this arena already, and the national anthem hasn't been clear. This is a hostile confine, and I think it's a lot to expect the Indiana Pacers to overcome. I don't think they do it in game 1, even though I can say this is their best chance to win a game on the road.
I'll tell you what, everybody, not just us,
We already made our picks, right? We already thought the Thunder would win the championship. These guys right here, these Thunder are hearing everybody saying, "You've already won it. It's over."
Right, you're not gonna Thunders don't win the series in 6 and lose game 1.
We already made our picks, right?
So the Pacers are gonna win game 1, then the Thunder are gonna what? Then fucking win game 2, then split it fucking Indiana. I mean, if it's 3 in the middle, they're going to win, what, 2 on the road and then close out game 6? Or they're going to win 1 on the road? Yeah, they're going to have to win 2 on the road and then close out at game 6. And if it's 2-2-1, or unless they lose both games at home and then they win 4 straight, I mean, or you're saying if it's 2-2, 1-2-1, they're going to lose game one, and then what? They're going to split. They're going to split with Indiana, and then win game 5 at home and win game 6 on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. I say fucking Thunder win 124-111. Pacers will be only down by like 6 at the half. Thunder kill it in the second half. Win by like fucking 20 points. Well, that'd make it like 124-106. They could tonight. The reason why game one is because Oklahoma City has no data. Like, no favorite, no home court advantage team has data against a road team. So they're Indiana's the most dangerous. Any road team is most dangerous game one because you don't know what to expect. But even if they come and they rail you and Indiana wins game one, now Oklahoma is going to have videotape. They're going to be able to see, what did you do? What did you do? They could make adjustments, and then they could own the series. But I still think, I think they outscore the Indiana by 20 points. They're up by 26. And then I guess they get outscored by like 13 in the fucking or 10 maybe in the fourth quarter. And they win by 13 to 16 points. Oklahoma City, 124-108, 124 111, 124, 106, 122, 100, maybe 118 to like 105 or something. My official pick will be 124 to 108. To 108.
They could tonight. Indiana is talented enough, offensively, and well coached enough to pull off a game tonight. I wouldn't underestimate that.
I can tell you this, and I have no idea if the audience can even hear us anymore because
they can hear me. They can hear me.
Game one of the NBA Finals. They go on to win the championship 71% of the time. So this right here is a huge indicator. The Pregame Center is rocking. You guys, this should be a finals for the ages. It's time to send you over to the voice of these finals, the Hall of Famer, Mike Green.
Well, I'll tell you, if the Pacers win this game one, then Oklahoma City is going to be one of the 29% of those teams that loses game one and wins the finals.
No idea if the audience can even hear us anymore because
I wouldn't be surprised. If Indiana wins game one, Oklahoma City could sweep the next four. It might tick them off enough that it's like, you know what? We ain't even stepping on the brake anymore. We're just then they'll win 4 games to 1. They win in 6 because they win game one. They keep it at a pace. They're not really aware that they have to be that aggressive and put the pedal to the metal and like go 180 miles an hour. They don't have to be at a 10. They play at an 8, they win. They play at an 8, they win. They play at an 8, they lose. Then they win. Then they lose. But if they lose for game one, it's like 9.5, 10 the whole way. They win in 5. I'll make that prediction. Indiana wins game one. Wins game one. Oklahoma City then will fucking win in 5 games. But if OKC wins game one, they'll win in 6.
Enough to pull off a game tonight. I wouldn't underestimate that.
I can tell you this, and I have no idea if the audience can even hear us anymore because
well, they can hear your pussy. They can hear your pussy, Malika. That's right. Steven could hear my pussy, and I can hear his.
Game one of the NBA Finals. They go on to win the championship 71% of the time. So this right here is a huge indicator. The Pregame Center is rocking. You guys, this should be a finals for the ages. It's time to send you over to the voice of these finals, the Hall of Famer, Mike Green.
Thank you, Malika. This building has been electric throughout this dream season for Oklahoma City Thunder and their fans. And now their team is back in the NBA Finals. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder on a magic carpet ride, and now ready for the one final test. Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers, confident they can end this Thunder run and bring an NBA title to Indiana. And good evening, everyone. With Richard Jefferson and Doris Burke, Mike Green on hand, Lisa Salters with us as well. Welcome to Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And what a fascinating finals matchup. We have OKC, the heavy favorite, and one of the best defenses we've ever seen, against the Indiana Pacers, an underdog, but a confident one and an explosive offense. And guys, they both feature star point guards who have changed the direction of their franchise.
And like the fuck assholes.
OKC, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What makes him so special?
That's a lengthy list, Mike, but I'll start with the
My pussy.
the temperament he brings nightly, and then you add the
have changed the direction of their franchise.
And their penises. How do you like to fit their penis inside of your asshole?
Makes him so special.
Well, it's usually my vagina, but that's very wrinkled right now, so I'm going to go with my asshole.
brings nightly, and then you add the basketball skills, which are prolific. For 5 straight years, he has been the most dangerous driver in the league. He's 6'6", so he can finish close. Mid-range is his preferred place, and even if a defender's in good position, that size makes it impossible to contest. He's only 30% from 3, but he seems to make every big shot, and against a Minnesota team that was one of the best defenses in the league, he lit them up nightly.
Meanwhile, for Indiana, it's a subject of our Domino's pregame HQ. Tyrese Halliburton, completely different style, but what he has in common with SGA is shining on the biggest stage.
Oh, he has shined on the biggest stage all postseason, Mike. When you watch Tyrese Halliburton, you have to think about Jason Kidd. Think about Steve Nash. They can dominate a game without ever scoring. It's the throw-ahead passes. When you think about his number one target, it is Pascal Siakam, who had a monster Eastern Conference final. Both of them will have to be on the top of their game if they're going to win their first NBA championship.
And with more on these two incredible floor leaders, let's check in with Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Michael, these two teams are both led by dynamic point guards who've gotten it done in these playoffs in completely different ways. Tyrese Halliburton, 9.8 assists a game, while the MVP averaging almost 30 points and comes into this series having put up 30 or more in 7 consecutive home games. SGA told us he expects to be nervous, but also said he was made for this moment. He was that 9-year-old kid who dreamed about being on this stage. And Tyrese Halliburton said coming up short last season has only made him appreciate being here now even more. He said at tip-off, he'll be sure to look around, soak it all in, and enjoy it. Mike?
All right, Lisa. For all but 3 players on these two rosters, the chance to play in their first finals game is here, like so many legends before them.
One day, these days will be my heyday, so I'ma have a great day. These are the days.
The NBA Finals are presented by YouTube TV, where your favorite sports and live TV are in one app. There's no TV like YouTube TV. Try it free. And they're by 28 years later, in theaters only June 20th. This presentation of the NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV will continue after this message and a word from our AB.
He expects to be nervous, but also said he was made for this moment. He was that 9-year-old kid
Whose father molested him, and he found solace in not telling anyone.
Two incredible floor leaders. Let's check in with Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Michael, these two teams are both led by dynamic point guards who've gotten it done in these playoffs in completely different ways. Tyrese Halliburton, 9.8 assists a game, while the MVP averaging almost 30 points and comes into this series having put up 30 or more in 7 consecutive home games. SGA told us he expects to be nervous, but also said he was made for this moment. He was that 9-year-old kid who dreamed about being on this stage. And Tyrese Halliburton said coming up short last season has only made him appreciate being here now even more. He said at tip-off, he'll be sure to look around, soak it all in, and enjoy it. Mike?
All right, Lisa. For all but 3 players on these two rosters, the chance to play in their first finals game is here, like so many legends before them.
One day, these days will be my heyday, so I'ma have a great day. These are the
Why my pussy in your big ass dick?
The NBA Finals are presented by YouTube TV, where your favorite sports and live TV are in one app. There's no TV like YouTube TV. Try it free. And depart by 28 years later, in theaters only June 20th. This presentation of the NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Like the 79 Sonics. Like the 79 Sonics. No one really thinks of the Sonics as a dynasty, but they snuck that one in there. Like the Rockets going to the finals in 86. Sneaky.
This matchup sponsored
Just like that one year. The one year the Sixers went to the finals against the Lakers in 01, right?
It's been one of the most anticipated finals. Now let's watch it. The Chicago Bulls, their second three-peat. Back-to-back championship. Welcome once again to the NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV. Downtown Oklahoma City, the Pickup Center, home of the Thunder, packed and ready to go.
E.K. Galen.
Look at the result, a beautiful rainbow.
Otherwise known as Malika Andrews' vagina. I thought there was Malika Andrews' vagina in the air, in the sky.
Almost impossible to win on the road here in OKC. Starting lineup brought to you by Ford. And so in Carlisle and the Pacers, same starting five the entire playoffs. This now their 17th game. But for OKC, the first change in their starting lineup, Mason Wallace, who started 43 games in the regular
Instead of Harstein.
His first playoff start, Isaiah Hartenstein will come off the bench. And boy, are they ready. They're going to stand until the first bucket for their team. It's one of the greatest in all of basketball. Man, we are so fired up. I get goosebumps, Richard. Just when you walk on the floor for game one. This is exciting. This is what every player
Wants, besides to fuck Malika Andrews. Wants in the... It's what every player wants. Except for fucking Malika Andrews.
They're going to stand until the first bucket for their
Until I jerk off his mouth.
basketball. Man, we are so fired up. I get goosebumps, Richard. Just when you walk on the floor for game one. This is exciting. This is what every player dreams about.
Besides fucking Malika Andrews in the ass. All right, we're going to end that shit.
Against the best defense, they're the one that takes inside, well defended. There's Wallace, the 21-year-old, getting his final start. Luke forgot won't go.
All right. So I'm ending this June 5th, game one of the NBA Finals, NBA Countdown Hour special between ESPN2 and ABC is done. First shot's going to turn a three-pointer. Oh. But anyways, they all picked, look at Perkins, Andrews, fucking Bob, and fucking Stephen A. All picked the Thunder to win. They all picked the Thunder to win in 6. I said they'd win in 6-2, but I said that if Indiana wins game 1, Thunder will win in 5. And I said over for game 1, tease it up. You heard me, 124 to 108's like my official pick. 122 to 108, something like that. Which would actually, I think, put them under. I think the over-under is like 231. Oh, that's interesting. So my score total comes out under, but my pick actually. I guess I got to say like 126, 112 then. MVP Shea, and that's about it. And yes, I will. And the correct answer to tonight's trivia question, no, I would not give AIDS intentionally to Malika Andrews if I contracted it. But accidentally, I might. So thank you for everyone that participated in the poll, all 78,842 of you. I'll see you next time. I'm AG1 Carl Grabowski. And remember, if you can't fuck me, go fuck yourself. And tickle my balls. It feels good. And haven't had your balls tickled by an old man? Give it a try. You might like it, son. Is that your